Hello you lot, welcome back to my channel. And yes, if you would have seen in the previous video, I had done some sealing, or put some sealant on the car. If you didn't see my short, go and check it out. But basically it's been 3 or 4 days and the car is still really dry inside. Yeah, super impressed. I've had no water ingestion, if that's the right word. But you would have also seen I did talk about the squeaky door, and what I had found out was that the bolts that sit in here had come really loose. So I took it all apart, checked it all, but I also found that one of these was slightly damaged. So in this video I'm going to take it all off again and fix it. So yeah, let's get going. Let's show you what tools I've brought out with me. Obviously I've brought out my ratchet with my extension because the bolts in here are set quite back. My Torx bits, which I think I need, my sockets, and obviously a couple of trim removal tools. So let's start up by removing this tiny weeny piece of trim on here. This is the bit you need to remove, and these are why these tools are completely invaluable. So I think I'm going to set my car up, I think I'm going to set my camera up, I should say, and get going. Right, so there we go, the door card is off, and as you would have seen, the minute I took it out, one of these clips fell out the bottom, but they're a bit bent, so hence why I bought 10 new ones, literally for about £4 online. But yeah, bit of dust. But as you would have seen, I would have removed this from the plug socket that sits that side, and this that sits that side. What I'm going to do is, because the door was squeaking a tiny bit, obviously I'm just going to pinch all these up, make sure they're okay. Check the Torx one on that one, although it looks alright. And that one obviously you don't want to over tighten. And obviously all of these I'm going to remove and put into these. So obviously when I put the door trim back on, I can just line them up and bang them in. Right, so let's just pinch these up first. There we go. I've taken the clips out. You have to excuse the dirt on the carpet. I'm doing a bit of cleaning. Yeah, they've all come out. I used a 10mm socket on these to pinch them up, and as I say, I just used one of these to get under the clip and pull them out correctly. That's the type of clips they are. Yeah, Torx bit on there, that's the only bit you may need to adjust, but I do want to change these. But despite being a ex-radio presenter, ex-breakfast show presenter, I don't actually have the music on much in the car because I love the sound of the 5-cylinder. Yeah, I know. Right, so what I'm going to do is go through these, see which ones are good, and put the best ones in, and put some new ones in. And these all, I always put these in the back of these first, and then obviously push them up against the door. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should be doing it another way, but I don't see how you can put these in and slot these into the clips when they're on the car, because these all face in different directions. But if you know better, leave a comment below and I will have a look at your suggestions. Right, anyway, let's put these clips back in here. There we go. I put a few new clips in, not all of them. Some of them, that one needed doing, that one. But when you put these in, make sure you push them all the way back into the housing so they make a nice little click. And yeah, did I leave a few of these that are a bit knackered? Yeah, just a couple. And obviously when you put the door card back on, make sure that you put those bits of wire through those two holes. So yeah, let's get that in position and get it in. And obviously the top of the door card has to slot into the little rubber there as well. Right, all the clips are back in. The door actually feels really secure, whereas before, obviously with the clip broken, it had a bit of a rattle. When you put these in, I mean really do, you have to push them in with a bang, and they will click into place. So all there is left to do now is to put this bit of trim back in. Obviously plug goes in the back, slots back underneath, and 2 bolts which I'm going to put in now on there. So yeah, let's do that again. Lovely jubbly. Top part's back in, like I say, that literally plugs in and pushes this way, that end in first, bang that back in. The 2 bolts are back in, they're all looking good. Plugs back on that way. I was just about to test it, so let's turn the car on. That should, yeah. No, well, once it's locked, once the ignition's off, that makes a beep, doesn't it? Yeah, let's try this window. Yep, that button works. And that one works. So all there is left now is to put this little piece of trim back on. As I say, this bit just pushes in, make sure those bottom bits line up like so, and the top parts, the clips go in like that, and it just needs a gentle tap like that. And there we go. One door that is well and truly on. Yeah, for those that wondered, what I actually did, if you'd watched an earlier video, is that the gearbox mount and the two engine mounts I had uprated to hard race. I'll just test that a minute. There you go. Just to satisfy my OCD. Yeah, so obviously a lot of people said don't do that because the whole car will vibrate, and to be honest, you hardly notice it despite what people claim. But what it has done is, because obviously this car's what, an 07 plate, so it's starting to get old like me. Yeah, all the nuts and bolts are actually, well, I don't know, loose, so the ones that were sitting in behind there have obviously become a little bit loose, and over time it's caused the whole door inners to vibrate. I was driving along and holding the top of the door thinking, why is it squeaking? But it's all good. So all I'm going to do is double check that one, although I've got no noise coming from that one, so it's probably best left alone. As I say, put this one back in the bag because that's a newbie, and these two I'm going to put in the bin because they're well and truly buggered. As I say, not many tools needed. 10mm socket. The Torx bit you only want to use if you use that. So other than that, a 10mm socket to do the actual bolts that are sitting on the metal plate inside, and obviously, as I tried to show earlier, an 8mm socket to do these two in here. That's literally it. It's fairly straightforward, but as I say, if you're going to take your door card off, I'll just pop onto a well-known auction site and buy a bag of these. Like I say, 10 for £4. Can't go wrong, eh? Right, so let's carry on, let's tidy up. I'm going to do the other side. As I say, I'm not going to film it. I've got a few things to do today. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you like the channel, give it a subscribe. Thanks for all the new subscribers. I'm getting close to 1,000, which isn't too bad. Oh, very windy. What else is there left to do on the car? Obviously, I've still got an oil change to do. I must send a message to AK Motorsport, A and K Motorsport, and sort out my oil kit. And yeah, filter. I've got to check to make sure I've got a 36mm socket to fit on the oil filter housing. But other than that, yeah, I'm still enjoying the car. Right, let's carry on. So I will catch you back next week, or maybe next month, in my new video.